How's it going?
I think I might have fixed the problem.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks that way. Yeah, it was using too much power, so that made it lag really hard.
Okay.
Anyways, I guess I'll start over again. Hey everybody, this is Dave on CRPG Dungeons and Dragons Night, and I'm watching my own video or my own stream while this is happening here because had some lag problems. Like I said, this is a new camera, so I'm still figuring out the bugs. Uh, so, anyways, as I was saying though, um, since it was really choppy what was going on earlier, I'll start over. Uh, Bookish made me a few things. One we got. Why did it do that? This one's all scratched up already. Got drink coasters. These are, I'm going to call them prototypes because she's trying to get the acrylics to work on them and they're just not cooperating with her right now. But this is what they look like for right now. But she is working on trying to get them to be in color. And Bookish is here with me right now. Say hello, Bookish.
Hello.
So, yeah, she's working on stuff. So, she's also working on the next compilation video. Here we got um, my very first T-shirt with my logo on it. And for those of you who always have a hard time trying to get to my channel, here's the scan thing for you. Let me lower it down for you. There. Now you got to scan for it. I also have the original picture on my computer, so if I ever want to use it, I can use it, and I'm definitely going to put it on new cards when I get around to making new cards. I'm just going to use my current business cards until I'm all done with them. Then I'll add the scan later, and I'll even add a Bookish to it as well, using her screen name, not her actual name. Nice try, guys. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much what she brought me over the weekend. She stayed. We hung out over the weekend and had these for me, and we also started playing Dungeons and Dragons online, which we had a problem trying to play on my laptop for some reason the last time. So, but when we got it going on here, it went pretty good. Also, uh, what was it? March 28th and 29th, was it? There's going
Oh,
to be
for
another
the
Comic Con at the Sierra Vista
yeah.
Mall in Clovis, and we're both going to attend that. Take pictures of the cosplayers and the sets and whatnot, and hopefully have a good video for you guys over that weekend. Uh, Her and I are planning a trip in the summer to go to Morro Bay, which is an old stopping ground when I was a kid, and we used to go there all the time. So I wanted to share that with her, and that's going to be a big deal for us. We also found out there's a couple of gaming stores there and a couple of points of interest. So we're definitely going to make a video of it. Excuse me. Anything you wanted to add?
It's gonna be awesome.
It's going to be awesome. Yeah, she's already been looking at stuff with me. A particular hotel I liked going to with my grandmother. A couple of restaurants. I was thinking about going deep sea fishing at some point, but I remembered I needed to get a license, and I don't want to take the time to do that right now because getting a fishing license right now is pretty costly right now. So never mind that for a while. Then we're going to, we're going to Morro Bay. We'll visit the rock, walk the beach, go along the pier and all that, and basically try out some of the food. See if there's any bookstores, and we already know that there's a couple of collectible and game stores there that we're going to check out. And there's also a museum I was unaware of ever existing there until recently, so we're definitely going to check that out. Like I said, we're going to make plenty of videos of that weekend, so something to look forward to. There's also the Renaissance Fair that we're planning to go to over at Kearney Park, which is outside of Fresno, just to the southwest, excuse me. We're planning on going to that. So we got big plans for this year. We also started up some new games. We playing Dungeons and Dragons Online. We just started that this morning or last night and put the video up this morning. And Bookish has, was it one or two more videos?
Uh, I think it's gonna be. It's gonna probably have to be like at least. I want to say two because the one I'm currently working on is still 50 minutes, and I want it to be too long.
Uh huh.
So, but there's also three other videos left, so I could add it on,
Uh huh.
but there's at least one more. I
Okay.
just don't want to make it too long.
Okay. So yeah, we got that going. She's got that going, and it's not going to become unlike the other ones where we pretty much had 4 videos pretty much ready. She had already had them all done by the time I got to them. So it's going to take a little longer with the other compilations. She's also putting in her own little commentaries with jokes and what's the term I'm looking for?
Quotes.
Quotes. So there's that going on. So she's got more videos. There's more videos to come. Um, we also have Sundays, like I said, is going to be game days with CJ as well as Bookish. They're not always going to happen because CJ has this weird thing called a life where he has to go do a job periodically, or he gets sidelined by family or friends. So it's understandable. He's got to go. He's been married barely a year, so. Uh, then so we do have some Comic Cons to go to. Like I said, there's going to be another weekend blender happening March 28th and 29th. They gave us a card, but he told us that it was misprinted as 27th and 28th. Also, my birthday is March 3rd, which is about a little under a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no plans for it, but she has plans, so be afraid, be very afraid. That's pretty much all the news stuff that we got to go on here. Now it's pretty much just us discussing pretty much anything else at the moment. Yeah, I pretty much got everything off the board right there, all the news and stuff, didn't I? There might be one or
Yeah.
two more things. So let's talk about
The coaster.
coasters. Thank you. I keep wanting to call it a cup holder. Anyways, you got you pretty much used my logo here, and you did a pretty good job of it, by the way. But you said you're still having problems with the acrylics, and that's the major issue right now, because you want to
Yeah, I
you
have.
want to color them.
Yeah,
But
the same as your logo.
yeah, the same colors as the logo. But yeah, it's just which, by the way, Bots and Blasters was the one that came up with the logo. And because I asked, because when I first started the channel, it was just D&D, but it was really not really anything special. So I asked out if anybody knew any artists or something that I could call to kind of fix a logo for me. And Bots and Blasters sent me an email with with two different versions. One was like it was just regular art, and then the other where it was more like 8-bit looking, which is the one I went with, because that went more in the line of what I was trying to go with for the channel. So yeah, that logo is what he came up with. Now, this, like I said, this seems more like a prototype T-shirt. Like, it's just a work in progress kind of T-shirt. Which, by the way, it's still pretty good, and I'm going to be wearing it quite often. So, especially at conventions. But the logo you used was the small one that's on my channel.
Yes.
Okay. All you had to do was ask, and I would have given you the full size one.
But then it wouldn't have been a surprise.
It wouldn't have been a surprise at all. But remind me later, and I'll send you a copy of the pictures. Okay.
Okay.
So there's that. But yeah, I got two T-shirts, one for me, one for Dad, and he hasn't tried his on yet, so we don't know if it really fits him or not.
Okay.
So trying to think here. So anyway, we've been doing weekends where we've been playing games and stuff together. I'm thinking of adding another day. Just to spice things up. So I'm thinking Wednesday nights.
Okay.
Where, because like a game like, what is it, Dungeons and Dragons Online, we probably can play that 2 times out of the week, and then we have like a random game on Saturday. One of the other 2-player games to play along, and then of course we got CJ on Sunday.
Yeah.
And of course, if CJ doesn't come on, we can also play DDO that day as well, like we just did this last Sunday. Unless he decides he wants to join us at that point, then yeah, that's fine too. Oh, you were asking me about the books I had, right?
The readables?
The novels, the Forgotten Realm novels.
Yes.
You're asking me about those. Okay. Let me take the headset off so I don't yank it out again. Damn near destroyed the computer last time I did that. Because it went yink and down it went. I'm like, oh crap. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, like I said, I've been trying to read them in chronological order, and I've even been, a couple videos up of me reading, which I need to continue that. Because I'm barely at chapter 5. But, yeah, this is Dark Walker on Moonshade, the very first published Forgotten Realms book. Although I'm told there is another one ahead of that was, it's not official, but it was, before D&D took it over, there was a book that takes place in Faerun. But I can't seem to find that book anywhere. If I do, I'll let you guys know. Okay, and then we got, of course, the Crystal Shard. And, yeah, like I said, and that's supposed to be the very first appearance of Drizzt Do'Urden.
Yeah.
Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Drizzt Do'Urden, yes.
Yeah. For the longest time, I thought it was pronounced Drizzit. Then someone says Drizzt. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, at least it wasn't like the guy with Dragonlance because I mispronounced Salmanak or Salamnik or whatever it was. Because, I still don't know how it's pronounced because no one's ever pronounced it in front of me. I'm one of those people that I say, if you hear me trying to pronounce it, that means I've read the word, but I haven't heard it pronounced. So you at least know I'm trying, right? Okay, then we got Black Wizards. So that's the first 3 right there. And here's one I actually read before, but it was so long because when I started buying D&D books way back when, the novels, and this was actually the second one I bought, Spellfire, which back
Awesome
then I
book.
didn't know the history, so Ed Greenwood wrote this one, the guy that made Faerun and all that. And apparently, I thought this was kind of odd that you had two other authors already have books out before the guy that even made the whole setting had his book out. So yeah, Spellfire,
Mm,
and that's the one that has the first appearance of Elminster.
yes.
Uh, yeah, I had to turn. Like I said, new camera, still trying to get the quirks out. Then we got, of course, Azure Bonds, which is the second/third game in the Pool of Radiance series as Curse of the Azure Bonds. But here, this was actually a trilogy, beginning of a trilogy unto itself, apparently, that had nothing to do with Pool of Radiance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our Salvatore again with Streams of Silver. So yeah, like I said, I bought a whole bunch of these books, but you know, I could still add to them. Then we got Douglas Niles again with Darkwell. And then, oh, we got a whole new author here, Richard Allinson. Allinson, yeah. Shadowdale, the Avatar Trilogy, Book 1. Okay. And then we got this next one with Tantras. God series, good series. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. I'm going God series. It's that great, Jesus. Okay,
No,
so
there is a bunch of books about the gods,
yeah,
and
Avatar Trilogy.
some fell and some rose.
Oh,
No
and then we
spoilers, but
get
that's all I'm gonna tell you.
okay more of the Avatar trilogy. This is book 3, Waterdeep. Definitely has a lot of gods in it. In fact, yeah, this one right here. It's like half the story is from a particular a nature goddess's point of view, and some sort of demon that she's fighting. And it was like that was kind of like distracting to me while I'm trying to read it, because like you have like half the chapter, or like the beginning of the chapter is from her and her spiritual servants' points of view, and then it goes into the actual story. I still haven't gotten to the point yet where they're actually connecting. Okay, so now we got Waterdeep, which is the third and final chapter of the Avatar trilogy. Which is funny that that's like the first trilogy where it's like there's one book right after the other.
Yeah.
Because what was it? Yeah, they don't describe this trilogy as anything. Oh, let me see. Book 2, what did it call it? Yeah, the Moonshade trilogy. The first book isn't even listed as being part of a trilogy. So yeah, then it's Black Wizards and then Darkwell, and there's like a book in between the first and second book, and then there's 2 books or 3 books until the third book finally comes out. So, but yeah, I'm reading them in release order, not chronological order, because if I try chronological order, my head's going to explode trying to figure it out. Okay, then we got this is actually I don't have my original copies anymore, but this is actually the first book I bought of any kind of D&D product, which was Forgotten Realms, Pool of Radiance, and of course I bought it because of the game. Alright, so that's, how many is that so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, so then we got, now we conclude this trilogy, the Icewind Dale trilogy, with the Halfling's Gem. Which again, that's another trilogy where it's like they got gaps between when one book was released and when the next one was released, and there's other books in between it. Okay, The Wyvern Spur. Book 2 of the Finder's Stone trilogy?
Yep.
What was the other one?
The Azura
Oh,
Bonds was the
Azure
first
Bonds.
one.
Okay. All right. So yeah, like I said, Curse of the Azure Bonds or Azure Bonds had little to do with Pool of Radiance at all. It was its own story altogether.
Yeah.
And then we go over to here. And then this is when they kind of did that weird Aztec and Asian thing for a while with the Maztica trilogy with Iron Helm. Yeah, this is when I thought, Forgotten Realms was kind of losing itself because they brought in this stuff, which I think they should have made them their own thing, not made them part of Forgotten Realms. And then you got Empire's trilogy, Horse Lords. Then we got Dragon Wall, Empire's trilogy, book 2. Then we're back to Maztica again with book 2, Viper Hand. So as you can see, I've actually been buying them.
Okay. Yeah.
As they, in the order that they are. Although I did buy, when I first was trying to collect them, I bought one as a random set, and I got a book that's way out in left field right at the moment until I can get the other books to fill in the gap in between. This one we have the Dark Elf trilogy, book 1, Homeland, which I guess is the origin story of Drizzt, from the look of it.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, and then we got Exile, which is book 2. Harry Salvatore, Exile. All right, now we're back to the Empires again with book 3, Crusade. All right, now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Song of the Surreals. I don't think I got. Yeah, that's the one I got in my hand right now. So yeah, after the Crusade one ends, then we conclude the Finder's Stone trilogy with Song of the Surreals. And then we conclude the Maztica trilogy, I think, with this one, Feathered Dragon. Alright. Move you out of the way. Alright, then we conclude the Dark Elf trilogy with Sojourn. We're getting close to the end here. I haven't had time to buy any more books after this. Are you writing this down? Bookish,
Am I writing this down?
Bookish, you writing this down?
I'm looking at the list. The list of books.
Yeah.
First, I was doing the trilogies, and then you said that you were doing it in the publication.
Yeah,
So
publication order.
I'm looking at the publication order at the moment.
Okay, The Parched Sea. Well, the one you're going to probably want to be most interested in is the last 2 books I have then. But yeah, I also got The Parched Sea, which is the Harpers. Oh, first time I've ever seen that word in there. The Harpers. But from what I understand, the order on the Harpers is really messed up. So, because I think they have certain
16.
books that are in it, and then those books are also part of a different trilogy, and blah blah blah. So they got it really kind of weird. We got Songs and Swords, book 1, The Elf Shadow. And the Cleric Quintet, book 1, Canticle. So yeah, I do have the first of that one. Then we go back to the Harpers, which they list this one as book 3, Red Magic, so I think I might have missed one somewhere.
No, book 2 is the Elf Shadow,
2 is the Elf Shadow.
and the first one is a Parched Sea.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just a different. They just use a
It,
different cover style, I guess. Okay.
yeah.
I gotta be aware. I gotta be aware of that now. So yeah, we got Red Magic here. Gee, I wonder if this has anything to do with the Red Mages.
The Red Wizards of Thay.
Yeah. The Red Wizards of Thay. Yeah, I wonder if that has anything to do with it. And of course, finally we got Pools of Darkness. And I think there's another one after this called Pools of Twilight, which was not made into a game. But yeah, there's this one, Pool of Darkness. And, okay, so any books after that, I'm looking for. But I am not looking for Evermeet.
Okay.
Island of the Elves. And the reason that is because this was part of the like a box thing that I got, and it was just random books. The random books, if you want to know, was Darkwell, Tantras, and Viper Hand, and then it had this one. I've been just filling in the gaps. And I'm still on the first book. I haven't read any of the other ones yet, except I did read Pool of Radiance and Spellfire way back when I was in high school, so I don't even remember them really. But, well, I am looking forward to reading them then, if that's the case, if you love that series. Like I said, I need to get back to reading them. I started reading them, but it's like I got so sidelined with other projects. I really need to get back to it. So, when she puts her foot, when Bookish puts her foot down to say you need to start reading again, I'll do it. Yes, ma'am, don't hurt me.
I see. I've read Darkwalker, The Crystal Shards, The Spellfire, Streams of Silver, Darkwell, Shadows Dell, Tantris, Waterdeep,
Mm-hmm.
The Woven Spire, Dragon Wall, Homeland, Exile, Crusade, Song of the Saurians, Feathered Dragons, Ajor, Elf Shadow, and then Pools of Darkness, The Night Parade, The Night Masks, The Legacy,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking out. So there's Prince of
Well,
Lies.
now you know when we went to that bookstore, I wanted to make sure, what I had and what I didn't have.
Yeah.
I didn't just want to start buying books and then go, oh god, I have these already.
Well, I read the Avatar series, the Dritz series, uh, a lot of the Harpers.
Well, this is before internet and stuff, so it's like a lot of the times at bookstores you had to really bounce around from store to store to see if you could get the one book or
Yeah.
another. I
Yeah.
remember having to do that like with Walden Books and I can't remember the name of the other bookstore we had started with a B. Something Bradley, I think it was BD Bradley or something like that. And at one time, Fashion Fair had 2 bookstores, which was one was Walden, and then you had the other one. Went to Sierra Vista, there was one there. There was also one on the way there at Walden Books. And then you had the Walden Books in Manchester Center, which Manchester Center, you can't even call it a mall anymore. But and none of them have bookstores anymore. None of them play. The only bookstore that's left is like there's the place I showed you, the Book Nook, and then there's Barnes and Noble, and I'm told there's another Barnes and Noble going to be made in Clovis here, or that just opened up in Clovis here. I didn't know about that. Otherwise, we would have gone there too.
Hmm.
Which, by the way, we went to Barnes and Noble and we were so disappointed. When did Barnes and Noble become a fad place for teenagers to go hang out at? And I'm not talking about, nerdy teenagers or, nose in a book teenagers. I'm talking about teeny boppers. Bookish can vouch for this. We're walking into Barnes and Noble, and as we're walking in, there's all these teenagers hanging around. And like one, he's looking at manga, and as he's walking away, there's like about four girls sitting there going, he's so cute, while he's over there, and I'm just sitting there going like, um, when did the bookstore become the place to hang out? Because I remember going to a bookstore and you hardly ever saw anybody in there, except for people you knew were other readers. You never saw the jocks go in there. You didn't see the teeny boppers go in there. Yeah, it's definitely a different time. But yeah, I was going like, yeah, you would have never saw this in the 80s and 90s. All these teenagers just hanging out in the bookstore. And of course, we go to the sci-fi fantasy area. It's like this small little corner now. When it used to be, that was like the biggest section. And what was it? We looked at the gaming stuff. Hardly anything.
Yeah.
We went to a place called the Crazy Squirrel, which I'm trying to get a video going for them at some point. I haven't gotten a response from them yet. But I think if I go by there another time and just do a B-roll, I might be able to convince them to do my own hair stuck into my mouth. But yeah, we'll see about next time I go by. I might do a B-roll, and if they're willing, they might let me do the interviews.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that place. If you checked out Bookish, I have a playlist where I have me visiting the stores.
Okay.
The very first place I have on there was the Dragon's Horde, which is basically it's this young couple that runs the place. They're like in their late 20s, early 30s.
Okay.
They looked like kids to me. Might as well have been fresh out of high school as far as I was concerned. But that was pretty funny that they did that. It was just like you're just sitting there going, "Wow." They made their own store, and you're just sitting there going like, "Why couldn't if I tried making that like back in the 90s and stuff, it wouldn't have lasted a week." But yeah, you got the. What I loved is I actually have it in my video where you look above and there's like this chart, and on the chart it says it was like a DM's kill count. It was like which DM had the most kills at that point, and how many, and how horrible they were to their players. And there was like one guy, I think he had like, I don't remember, I think it was like maybe 20 or something like that on his chart. It said 20. And I'm just sitting there
20
going like,
kills.
yeah, he had 20 kills on his. I'm like, wow. I think that was what it was, but you'll have to look at the video yourself because I'm not going to dig it up right now to look at it. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Okay. Okay, give me a minute.
Okay.
Okay, playlists. Yeah, I want to get back to that because I've only got like 3 or 4 stores on there right now, and it's like I wanted to do as many of them as yeah, 3. I only got 3 on there, which is my visit to the Dragon's Horde Game Shop, and let's take a trip to Legends Comics and Games in Clovis, California, and then hanging out at the Time Machine, which that's pretty much where all the conventions have been so far that I've shown you. Okay, let me see if I.
For November of 2022, we just
Yeah, they started their store at 2022.
get
Was
Mostly what we do.
oh, this for
coming November.
let's see if I can find it. Oh yeah, they had a dice goblin section.
Dice column section.
Yeah, there's a stuffed goblin, and he's sitting there, and he's basically surrounded by dice everywhere.
Hmm.
There it is. Oh hell, it was beyond 20. Okay, here you go. A scorecard of DMs with body counts. I will never play with Bill Borg. Look at that. That is like, let's say, 10, 20, 30, 40, 41 at that time. That was back in 2024. Everybody else, that's like the most you see is maybe 18, 19. Well, there's almost a 20 here with Brady, but yeah, he's like in the 40s. I'm just sitting there going like, that is like the most vicious DM I've ever seen in my life. That's like Gary Gygax quality deaths right there. But you see what I mean about that? It was like it was like I'm looking at how diddly is your DM. And I'm just sitting there going like, really? And I took a picture of that. I'm like, holy crap. Bill Borg, what is wrong with you? Who hurt you?
I told you what I used to do.
Oh, I actually got closer to. I took a closer picture of it.
Mm.
Yeah, I actually took a closer picture of it. Here, look. This one frightens me. Because I'm like, God, that floored me. Everybody else is like barely in their, barely 5, maybe 15. I think there's like a 20 in there. And then there's this guy. He was like, no, I ain't doing no 20. I'm beyond 20. And you're just sitting there going, holy crap.
How many did you kill in your DM years?
2.
2?
2. And that was in my last campaign. That was like the first time that ever happened. The first kill, we were bawling. Including myself. We were bawling like little children. We were so depressed. It depressed us so much. And it was one of those easily avoidable situations if he was just patient.
Yeah.
It was one of the, okay, remember that game we were playing, what was it? Dungeons of Sundaria? Where the floor does this?
Mm-hmm.
As we're running along and the floor was doing this and the split and there was like you fall in and you die.
Yeah.
It was that. It was something like that. And it was a pool full of acid. And it opened up from underneath him as he was chasing after the BBEG. And it and nobody knew it happened. Because they're just coming around the corner, and I just described to them, and the door closes. You see the floor just closing as you walk around, so you know that the trap is there, but you wonder who set it off. And then they realized one of their members was missing. and it was because I told him, when he said he was going to split from the group to go after the guy, I had him go into the other room. And I told him, and we played it out a little bit. I think it was like a full 5-minute segment that me and him did, where he comes around the corner, and the floor opens up as he's going across, and he rolls to try to jump the rest of the way, and he missed. He jumps and he's just able to grab onto the ledge, and his toes are just barely above the pool of acid. And I go, okay, I need you to roll a strength check to see if you can pull yourself out. And I go, you have to succeed 3 times to pull yourself up. And he succeeded the first 2 times, but he could not succeed the 3rd time. But save throws, so he had a few times where he could try to do the 3rd one right. And he failed it the rest of the time. He could not get the 3rd one. And then I said this. You start to feel this strange burn start to wrap around your leg. And I said, as you look down, you see it's not just acid. It's the acid is alive. and it's grabbing you to pull you down. And just as that starts to happen, and I said, and just as your fingers start to, lose grip, you notice that the doors are closing, and just as you lose your grip, you're sealed in with the acid. And I go, and that's it. You're dead. And none of them
Nice.
knew. Then I come back out, and then I say, okay, what's going on? And they go, okay. They finished the fight with the monsters they were fighting, and they go, okay, we're going to go and see what's going on with what's his name. We're going to go help him. And just as they come around the corner, that's when the thing's shut. And he's like, they had no idea he was in there. And then when it was all over with, I go, they go like, what happened to him? Where is he at? And I go like, remember that floor that just closed as you came around the corner? That was a pool of acid. He was in it. And they're like, no. And the funny thing is he was like the what was it, he was basically the guy that kept everything together, so everybody didn't lose their alignments. He was the one that kept everybody in balance.
Yeah.
He was the emotional support. He was the
voice of reason.
Yeah, he was the voice of reason for the group, and now he was dead. And I told him, I said, when I told him, I go, remember in Walking Dead for the first few seasons, you did not want to be the voice of reason for the group because you're the more than likely you're about to die a horrible death.
Yep.
You did not want to be the voice of reason in The Walking Dead. You didn't want to be the voice of reason in Dungeons and Dragons. And then it was, anyways, the BBEG gets away, and now they're pissed, and they want to have revenge. They want to have their vengeance on the guy for what happened to their buddy. They get a new character in. And, he's playing a new character. But this happens to a different guy. Actually, this happened to the girl. And I think it was the first time I allowed a romance subplot to happen in a game.
Mm.
And it was basically, okay. All right, you remember, and a lot of what was it? Honor Among Thieves, when the tiefling, she falls and the dragon's like right underneath her and tries to snap her up, and misses. Yeah. Imagine that he succeeded at chomping.
Gotta go.
Exactly. And and the one that and the thing was is they were after this particular adventure they were going to have their character's wedding because it was all set up and they were going to have their wedding. And he reaches down to grab her, and just as he grabs her, reaches down to grab her, they just miss, right? And the
Yeah.
dragon comes up and goes chomp and grabs her and then comes back down. And they messed this dragon up. They tore up its wings. It was incapable of flying anymore. And they did that. And he goes, it just went up, chomp, got her. And I said, and it was like slow motion as you see it happen. And I was like, I'm rubbing this scene in. But then it was over with. It was like one of the other I think it was like two or three of the characters didn't see what happened, and they're asking where she is. And her fiance is he's all tore up because he was the one trying to save her and he saw it happen, and he's just and he's like unconsolable. He can't talk. He's so out of it. And then one of the other characters finally said, "She's gone." And they're like, "What do you mean she's gone?" They go, "The dragon got her." There was not a dry eye in the house. I'm even crying. And I'm sitting there going like, that was sad, man. I mean, it was one of those things that was like, it was like, roll of the dice could have saved her. He rolled a 1. To reach out to grab her, he rolled a 1, so it's like their fingers just missed.
Yeah.
So those were my two deaths.
Only 2. Okay.
How about you?
Oh, I ran D&D for over 25 years. I've lost count. Hold on a second.
Her sons periodically interrupt, so she just turned her mic off because he walked in. We'll just consider this a break for right now until she gets back.
Oh, I'm back right now.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Well, fine. Be that way.
We could take a break if you'd like it.
No, we could take a break in about 9 minutes. So,
Okay.
go ahead. You were saying.
I had to ask somebody right now too. They said they know of that I've killed at least 30 characters in all the years I've DM'd.
Oh, so you're up there with Bill Borg.
But how long has Billboard been running? That's the thing.
Now, this is 30 altogether, right?
Yes, all
And so
together.
them, I think it was from the point of 2022 when they opened the store. And it was 2024 when I took that picture.
No, mine was over decades.
So, yeah, you didn't do all 20 within a couple of years.
No.
He's worse. I bet you that number is higher now than it was, or maybe triple that. So, since then.
Yeah.
So anyway, you were saying what was your most memorable kill?
The character, the hero, I believe it was a fighter cleric, technically, got a package. And when he went to open the package, he got stabbed.
Okay.
Okay, and it made a clone of himself and killed him.
And he was the only one that was aware of this situation.
No, the party had lost track of who was who. So he got killed by his clone, and half the party got killed by the clone.
Wow. Who hurt you? Who hurt you that you would do such a thing?
That wasn't even. That was. I think that was the. I guess it wasn't like my most memorable kill. That was the one that I think is the funniest. Beware packages.
Uh-huh. They were killed by packages. Okay.
Yes, a package of my clone.
Wow. Okay.
You don't know what else to say, huh?
I have nothing else to say to that. Okay. But other than funny, what's also your most memorable? Since I did two, you do too.
Oh, okay. I made a horror amusement park that the heroes got stuck in. They had to win 3 different games, which were all very bad games, to get out.
Really bad games. What else? What else is there? They're all really horrible games in D&D.
It was called the Cakewalk. If you picked the wrong one, you would get spiked to death. There was also the merry-go-round that turned into a blender. There was a giant chessboard where they get assigned a piece and they had to make sure that they could make their way across and win.
My
Yes.
God. That's just... Wow. That's...
You haven't read that book, have you?
You were out to kill your players, weren't you?
No, they had a way out.
They just never find them.
I think I've only lost 2 characters to that amusement park.
Only? Wow.
Yes, there's ways out.
That pans out, I guess, yeah. Jesus Christ.
Like, I don't know what to say now.
We're calling it a night, everybody. We can't beat this part, so, we're just going to call it a day. Good night, everybody. French kiss.
Okay, well,
Not a chef's kiss,
me-
a French kiss. Put some tongue in that action.
So did you ever make up any classes or any, like, pathways or stuff?
No, I did not. I pretty much stuck to the rules of whatever they had and just modified the world around that.
Okay.
I think the most obnoxious character anybody made was a rogue minotaur. And then
How
they played him
sneaky
like a
were they
regular. They never snuck. They weren't that kind of a thief. Just a lot of intimidation and might as well have just been a fighter. The way they played the character, I'm just sitting there going like, might as well have just been a fighter. Why'd you make a rogue if you're not even going to do rogue-like things? And I'd say the most obnoxious is because that the player for that one had a, what do you want to call it, main character syndrome?
Mm-hmm.
Which is they thought they were the main character of the story and adults should center on them. Everybody else is just along for the ride. And I hate players like that. Well, I don't hate the person. I just hate I hate that playing style. I hate that mentality in a game. Because that just... Why is anybody even there then? If you're just going to do everything. But yeah, when everybody tried to do, someone wanted to do something, she had to, yes, it was a female player, and she had to do things better. or if someone had an idea, she had to use that idea and make it like it was her idea. Stuff like that.
Is this the same one you were talking about before?
How'd you guess?
You know what I did to one of her characters?
Yeah, apparently her and I have had to-dos with a particular player in both our groups, and I only had I encountered this person one time before, and that was with our mutual friend's party. That was my best friend, and it ended up we never got to play. I made a human barbarian that I never got to play because of her. Because she got bent out of shape and went into a full tizzy for several hours, to where we never even got to play. And then again, my lack of wisdom for not remembering that incident beforehand, not learning from that incident, I invited her to one of my first game as a DM, and that. I ended up kicking her out of my apartment because of it. Because she raised her voice at my then wife. Because all she asked was, because I was putting everybody's player sheets into my computer so I could keep track of everybody as they're going along. Understandable thing. You want to make sure when you're putting things together, you have an idea of what the players are capable of. At least that's my thinking. Well, she took offense to it. Everybody else had no problem with it. They gave me their sheets. I put the information down, handed them their sheet back, went from there. She refused and got very defensive about it. And my then wife asked, well, what's the big deal? Everybody else is doing it just fine. She goes, and she barked something at her. The person in question barked something at my ex-wife, and I said, I think you need to leave. But of course, I screamed that because I was pissed that she did that. I said, you need to get the hell out of here. I felt bad for raising my voice like that, but and I apologized to her for raising my voice like I did. That was very unprofessional of me. But at the same time, everybody was on my side about it. Because this woman had no business raising her voice at my then wife like that. Okay, so what's your stories about said person? I'm looking forward to this, by the way.
Well, the most heinous thing I did to one of her characters, she got kidnapped by the big, was a BBG, whatever you want to call it.
Big bad evil guy.
Yes. She got captured, skinned alive, put in a tank for all eternity, where she could not die, with no skin on. And the skin was sent to her love interest. Are you okay over there? Because I'm not hearing anything.
Oh my God! That's awesome! What else happened? I'm just sitting there going like, damn, you can come up with some really fucked up shit. Jesus. Okay.
You want to take that break down?
Yeah, probably for about 5 minutes. We'll be back in a little bit, guys.
Okay.
Just hang in there, and I gotta go bleach my brain.
That wasn't even that bad.
Oh, no. You need to tell me the worst when we get back. All right. Be back.
I don't. Okay.
Bye.
Dungeons and Dragons will return after these messages.
Open your mind to new Dungeons and Dragons computer game from Mattel Electronics. It will lead your imagination down a dungeon labyrinth wherein lies the dragon's treasure. Steal his treasure, but make no false moves. For in Dungeons and Dragons, a dead end is a dead end. New Dungeons and Dragons from Mattel Electronics.
Now what do I do? Okay, this is Advanced Dungeons and Dragons video game cartridge.
You have to buy it separately to play on the Intellivision video game system.
Mom and Dad have to hook it up to the TV. What next? We're trying to find a crown, but it's real easy to get lost. So don't be surprised if the dragon finds you first. Holy cats, you just killed the dragon. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
Advanced Dungeons and Dragons video game cartridge and Intellivision master component from Mattel Electronics, each sold separately.
I am Morley, the wizard, introducing you to adventure. It's Dungeon Fantasy Board Game. This family is on a challenging adventure in a scary dungeon, seeking treasure guarded by strange and wonderful monsters. Take it from Morley, Dungeon and Dungeons and Dragons games from TSR play better. After all, we are the game wizards.
I'll be a little longer. Turns out my dad has me doing a bunch of chores right now. So I'll be another few minutes.
Okay.
Open the world of Advanced Dungeons and Dragons action figures. Strongheart, Bronze Dragon, Morduk, Nightmare. Discover a world of mystery and magic.
Stand back, Strongheart. You shall never have this treasure.
Evil is no match for good until we meet again. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons action figures from LJN. Pure magic.
Your dungeon master has placed you in a dreadfully precarious position. You're playing the most phenomenal game ever created. Your skin grows cold from your first glimpse at the enormous beast. It's a product of your imagination. Survival depends on a quick, decisive move. Your choices are limited. Stand and fight, or run. Use your lightning bolt. Victory is yours.
Win the treasure.
TSR Hobbies, Dungeons and Dragons games. Products of your imagination.
And now, back to Dungeons and Dragons.
Just ignore the mess on the floor. I was in the process of cleaning my room, and every time I clean my room, I make more of a mess than the originally intended. It's like, I was trying to clean my room. How'd the mess get bigger? Anyway, you were saying.
Was it too much?
No. You were. Was there another story to that, or was that it?
I think I killed her with her stress too.
Killed her with her stress?
No, a cursed dress.
Oh, a cursed dress.
Yeah, she demanded a magical item.
Oh, she's done that to you. Okay.
Uh-huh. She wanted one with a highly magical dress that would protect her. She got it, but it was cursed.
And then she was pissed.
Yeah, and she had to sing every time she spoke, and every time she spoke or sang, it would start squeezing her more and more until it crippled her and killed her.
Cute. Something that's crossed my mind. Is there any TTRPG, what do you call them, conventions here in California? And if so, where?
Do we have to look this up here?
And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Okay, so let's go. I'm still not used to this keyboard. California. 26. Okay, there's one on Memorial Day called Kubla Khan. It's the 3rd annual one. Where? I'm going to click on them. Strategicon, Collectathon. And the Strategicathon. Strategicon is what it's called, excuse me. Which is on the 24th of this month. And from the 24th to noon. What does that even mean? Okay, Kubla Khan. Kubla Cruise. Kubla Khan Fall. Okay, so where's this at? Burlingame, California. Gaming, hosts games, hotel, volunteer, and exhibitors. Where is Burlingame? It's near San Jose. Or on the other side of it, I should say. Yeah, it's on the far side of San Francisco Bay. Yeah, it's on the other side of San Francisco Bay. Yeah, it's like this little section above San Mateo. Here, I'll show you. Right here. There's San Francisco Bay, there's Burlingame. Fresno is down that way somewhere, so it's about a 4-hour drive to get there. From Fresno. You still there?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you so quiet?
I'm eating something.
What are you eating?
A Nutty Buddy.
No comment. I'm leaving
don't
that
like
one.
them?
I'm leaving that one alone. Because my mind has already got a gutter all its own. I didn't need the help.
That's what it's called. It's those chocolate wafer cookies.
Oh, sure. Okay. If you say so. Anyway, there's Burlingame right there. And that is the Kubla Khan Gaming Convention. And it's Memorial Day, May 22nd through 25th.
Mm.
And then they also have a cruise, and they also have one in the fall for November 13th and 16th. Okay, how much?
It's because it's that time the end of May, beginning of June is a horrid time to schedule anything with me.
So anything in June, yeah, okay. And we're also planning our trip around that, the following month. So yeah, we might have to hold off on this. Let's see what the other ones are. That's the Kubla Khan, and they got two different things. All right, now we got card shows. We got Pinko. Okay, these are. Oh yeah, these aren't. Yeah, those are the collectible card conventions. Okay, then we got Gamma, the Tabletop Association. I've heard of them. Holy crap! Okay. Gaming convention. Expo schedules. Louisville. Did I ask for Louisville, Kentucky at any point? I asked for the Strategicon. And it puts that up. Alright. Let's go to other events. Origins Game Fair. Hello. Oh, that's the origin point. Okay. We got some in San Jose. Phantomicon. Yeah, they're just standard cons. It's not being specific.
Yeah.
So. Anime Gaming Con in 2 months. Starting date 2/7/26. Fresno Convention Center. Oh, okay. Anime Gaming Con. I think I've been to one of those. Only it was at the Fresno Fairgrounds. Okay. Get back there. Here. I wanted details on the convention. Oh. Okay, so green means first quarter. 93702. Anime Gaming Con. Oh, I'll just have to type it out then. Anime Gaming Con. Fresno. Because I have to be so frickin' specific. Get tickets. Limited seats available. I don't want to buy tickets. I just want to know about the convention itself. Why is that so hard? There we go.
I don't know.
Okay, here we go. Anime Gaming Con. Yeah, this is one I've been to before. This is one of the big boys. Okay. 4 weeks, 4 days, 5 hours, 35 minutes, and 59 seconds. Okay. They got gaming, TCG, FGC. And it is on February 7th and 8th at the Fresno Convention Center. Okay. Should be about $10 to get in, I think. Let's see how much they're... Parking details coming soon, so we may end up have to pay for parking. A weekend pass is $25 from 10:30 to 11 a.m. both days. Am I hearing you writing?
No, I'm chewing.
Sound like I thought I was hearing scribbling. Saturday pass alone is $20, and the Sunday pass is $15. But for both days, it's $25 total. So they took about $10 off.
There's always Uber, and you don't have to worry about parking.
Uber?
Uber! They drive you up to the place you want to go, and they drop you off. And then you call them later again, and they pick you up and take you back home.
People do that?
Yes.
Weird. Okay, so would you be interested in going to this?
Yeah, we can do what everything, how everything's going.
So yeah, it's the 7th and 8th. Do you want to do both days or just one day? I'd probably say one day since you got work the following day after Sunday. You want Sunday to rest.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, 10:30 to 11 a.m. $20. I'm assuming you'd probably want to bring one of your boys.
I don't know yet.
Something to think about. Okay, let's go back a page. Anyways, yeah, they used to have these at the Fresno Fairgrounds. I got a few videos up on that one, but yeah, this is one of the bigger ones, so. Yeah, they moved to the convention center because the Fresno Fairgrounds started charging an arm and a leg on everything, so. Yeah, the Enemy Game Con. They're not saying what the Persona meetup, Uncle Swedewagon's JoJo cosplay meetup, gaming tournaments, card TCG tournament.
What day was that again?
7th and 8th of February. I think, let me double check that. Yeah, the 7th and 8th of February.
Okay.
And we might bring Dad to that one.
Okay.
Because he needs to go to a con. Ta-da! That was a bunch of chaos. Okay, probably go for another 20 or so minutes, and we'll probably call it a day on this. So, yeah, that's basically what this particular talking shop was going to be about, was ideas on us going to conventions and our big plan to go to Morro Bay.
Oh. I don't know if you're up to it. I don't even know if I am. But it's in LA though. HorrorCon.
What? The horror?
I know you're yeah. I know you're into horror movies, so the HorrorCon.
Oh, a HorrorCon would be kind of cool, but yeah, it's also the problem of getting there. So, not to be confused with Morro Bay, Arkansas. Says so right there. Oh, here. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. There we go. Morro Bay, California. I used to go to this place a lot when I was a kid with my grandmother. It was one of the few places she could go to where she could breathe normally and not feel like she had to breathe through an iron lung all day. But we would go there, spend a couple days, a couple days or a couple weeks there. There's the rock in question. That's actually one of two Morro rocks in California. The other one's spelt with one R, and that's in Sequoia or Kings Canyon, one of the two. I don't remember which one. And that one you can actually climb stairs on. Then we got... yeah, the power plant, circa 2016. That power plant is like... you could see that pretty much from anywhere in town, I think. It's just there. But, yeah, thinking about going there for a week, and me and her. We found out that there's a couple of shops there, so we're going to check those out. She wants to check out the museum and the rock itself because she's into, what was it called again? Biology, trigonometry, what was it?
Geology and
right.
Oceanography. I do earth science.
Oh, okay, so geometry, okay.
Wow, okay, yeah. Now figure that math out.
But yeah, that's our that's one of our major plans is for that trip there, and we're already working on it. Also, we're planning on going to the Kearney Park Renaissance Fair, which I hadn't been to in a couple of years. I still have the videos up for that trip with CJ. Hoping to talk them into coming down for that too, CJ and his wife. And maybe the four of us can all hang out and do something on that. I bet you his wife would love that, but I know you'd love that just as much too, because you're really into this kind of stuff. So, but anyway, yeah, I think we're pretty much run out of steam here on this one. Thank you everybody for joining us this evening on the first of possibly many talking shops on the channel for the year. This is the inaugural for 2026. And we'll see you guys in the next video or stream, whichever comes first. Again, I think we're going to be starting to play DDO on Wednesday and Friday nights. Occasional Sundays. Saturday, it will be a random game between me and her. And Sunday, if CJ shows up, we'll be playing Dungeons of Sandaria together. Saturday, it could be either Divinity Original Sin or Demio Dungeons and Dragons. And like I said, Friday and Wednesdays we'll be playing Dungeons and Dragons Online. And I'll have other random stuff pop up throughout the week as well. Thank you for watching, everybody. This is Dave on CRPG Dungeons and Dragons Night. And on the speaker, you've been hearing Bookish. And we'll see you guys in the next video or stream, whichever comes first. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.